Warning, this show contains content that might make you laugh. If you're offended, them boys want you to know that they're sorry. Hell, who am I kidding? Them boys don't care about nothing. Enjoy the show, folks.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Last Slice podcast. It's your boy Jimbo the Kid. We got Bodega Cat. We got Trill Boy.
Yo, what's going on, internets?
And we're back in the building with another episode. And we have to point out Bodega got the illest bold cut possible. It's the shiniest thing I've ever seen in a while, dude. That is so reflective, bro. First of all, okay, do you cut your own hair?
Yes. What's up, Vin Diesel?
Yes.
What's up, Vin Diesel?
Shit, I went up with Vin Diesel. What's good, The Rock? What's
The
good,
Rock?
DJ?
Yo, I got
What's
called
good,
The Rock,
DJ?
actually, because of it.
Oh my
Like,
god.
the head like The Rock. I was like, what? Apparently, me and The Rock got the same head shape.
So you cut it yourself?
Yeah, I cut my own hair.
And
Man.
what's the process like? Well, how do you get it so shiny?
I don't, bro. This is shampoo and conditioner. People are like,
What?
"Oh, why are you shampooing your head?" I'm like, even though like there's barely any hair, you still gotta freaking wash your head.
Yeah. So
So-
how long does it take you to shave it again?
Do you do the Mr. Miyagi way? Wax on, wax off?
Wax off.
Wax on, wax off?
Nah, I was doing my normal cut and I was like, I want a shorter hair. And then like I started trimming it and I was like, you know how I was like, I'm tired of this shit. Bzz.
Yeah.
No
It's cheaper
guard.
too.
Oh, dude, so much cheaper.
Yeah. He locked on. I was like, oh shit.
$1 million.
1 million. Oh my god.
All right, boys. Well, we have a lot to talk about since
Oh,
we haven't released last week. But there are two things I would like to talk about. I want to see what you guys think about some of the things that are going on. So firstly, I know we did an episode speaking briefly about Elon Musk and Twitter,
oh,
about us saying we made the mistake as to thinking that he should have been on the board of Twitter. But lo and behold, I made a mistake. I didn't realize, somebody pointed it out to me. They were like, hey, dude, you don't want him on the board. Because if he goes on the board, he can't buy more shares. The guy's thinking about a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're right. I was like, you're absolutely right. Do you think he's going to buy it? He was like, dude, I think he's going to do a hostile takeover. That's why he didn't want to sit on the board after he bought all those shares. And literally 3 days later, my man Elon was like, bro. He went to Twitter. He was like, bro, $44 billion.
you're mine.
Take it or leave it. I thought he was paying $5 more per stock than the asking value of the company.
Mhm.
Wow.
And that's when things went haywire in Twitter. Haywire. People are freaking out. People are like literally like it's like World War III for them. So what do you guys think? Were you guys after we talked about it last episode? Were you guys expecting that to happen?
Wait, what? Like the estimated amount for the thing isn't it like $55 per share or something like that? when
Yeah,
the
I
deal
think he
comes
was
out to it?
asking either five. I think he was asking. He put $5 more for
Yeah.
the ask or for the actual value of the company. So
Yeah.
he was putting in more money.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I
And
saw
here's
that
the
shit.
thing.
I was like, bro.
Here's the thing. Last week, when it came out, like, yo, Elon's got the money in cash on hand,
Cash.
bro. Cash. Trill's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about here.
That's
like,
just wild.
Who's not gonna take cash money, right? Who's not going to go for that?
It's true, man. It's
You
true.
know, and that's I found it pretty funny. I was like following up on all this stuff. What do you guys? Did you guys expect that to happen?
Honestly, no. I was not expecting that at all. I wasn't.
So I knew there was a lot of talks, and I knew he was gonna buy it, but I didn't know it was actually gonna go through. That's what like really threw me off. And now the repercussions of him buying Twitter, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I was like, good. Elon's gonna make more money. How funny as it is, all these celebrities now are like, I'm off Twitter. I'm getting off Twitter.
Yeah, this is the oh, if Trump becomes president, I'm moving to Canada.
It was the same
type
thing.
of- Same thing.
It was the same thing.
I'm glad you mentioned Trump because now I want to know: is he gonna unblock Trump?
Nope. Well,
Oh,
most
Well-
certainly unblocked, but
Yeah.
he's not going back on Twitter
okay.
because he's got Truth Social, that is his Twitter platform.
Okay.
That I
Yeah.
guess it's like a conflict of interest if he does go back onto Twitter.
Yeah.
But man, he what people don't understand, and I think people are like so confused about the Twitter thing, is that you have one side of people saying, "Oh my God, Twitter's over. That's it. It's the end of the world. Anybody's gonna get to say whatever they want. You know, racism's gonna come back. You know, sexism's gonna come back. Dead name is coming back." And it's like, that's not what this is not what that's about at
No.
all.
No.
This is about
my
this is
God.
about equaling both spectrums of political sides and not having a bias. Because as an open forum like Reddit, yeah, absolutely, Reddit, you have your crazy people saying outlandish shit on Reddit,
Reddit's
but
beautiful.
there are moderators that will remove them, and there are great forums on Reddit where you have different opinions, you know, going through the discussion board, which is that's what I think what you will want. I mean, if anything happened, if I needed an answer to something, where do you guys go? Because I go to Reddit.
What, for like
If
answers?
like tech answers that I need.
Shut up, Jimbo. We all
What?
know what Reddit's for.
Oh
We
my
That
all
too,
know
God.
that
what
too.
Reddit
But we
is
ain't
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
that. But they don't. He is Dr. Evil.
I
He is
know.
Dr. Evil. Yeah.
Oh my
We all
God.
know what Reddit's
He's trying to
for.
mention those leaks.
Oh, dude.
He's trying to mention those OnlyFans leaks. You know what I mean?
Oh
We ain't gonna talk
my
about that. But, you
God.
know,
Bro, Reddit is the best place for pornography.
we unsung heroes.
Unsung heroes.
Just man.
Those people who do those things are unsung heroes, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
The best part is like they'll buy a bulk of. Oh, can we just mention real side note? Do you guys know how much Bad Baby made this last year?
Yeah, they she did, what was it, $56 million or some shit like that, right?
56?
$56 million.
And she never got nude once.
Nope.
Nope.
Not even once.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
There's some perverts out there.
Sucker.
know who you are.
Suckers.
Yeah.
Suckers, bro.
Oh, yeah.
56 million. Hey, listen, do what you gotta do, boo boo. I
Do what
I
you
don't
gotta
blame her.
do.
I ain't blaming her, bro, but there are some creeps out there. I've been saying it on this show for years,
Yes.
and we're gonna come back when there's like all these open investigations on TikTok, Reddit, OnlyFans, all this shit, bro. There are some creeps on the internet, bro. Because yo, they waited. She was smart too. She said, "Yo, there's mad creeps, 18 OnlyFans, and they're not gonna get no titty."
Can we question something?
What?
Why is the age 18 on OnlyFans?
It's
Hear
the
me
same.
out.
It's the same reason why it's 18 for porn.
Right. So pornography is 18, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're selling your body, right, for a price, and you're selling your pictures of your body, why is there an age restriction?
It's the same thing as you go to a strip club. Strip club is 18 plus.
But mind you this, Bad Baby never had pornography. It was just lewds.
Well, she was smart about it. She was like, you know what? I'm going to finesse these people. not show my full body and whatnot and make like millions off of it. So she didn't even have to show a titty,
show
ass,
nothing.
anything. She didn't have to show nothing.
No body parts.
No.
It was just all for the simple fact that she created an OnlyFans account, basically, essentially.
So
Oh, yeah.
people reacted on the moment and probably subscribed to it, this and that, and thought they were going to get this type of content, but they didn't. And you really can't get your money back, I don't think, from that when you make a purchase and shit on OnlyFans. So it's pretty much a wrap. Once you hit that buy, that's it.
Buy now. Hurry up and buy.
There's no return policy.
All right, reeling us back into the Elon Musk and Twitter. Do you guys know why it's such a big deal for some people? Why there's like this huge quest between if you're with Elon Musk or if you're with Twitter?
I think it was a power move, to be honest.
Interesting. Okay.
I honestly think Elon was like, yo, Bezos, watch this. And he just bought it. He's just like, gah.
Do you think it's like, yo, mine is bigger than yours type of move?
Yes.
Really?
Because he's in competition with Bezos. Like, they go back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole SpaceX thing. So I kind of feel like he's kind of
don't disrespect Elon, bro. First of all, what Bezos shot up in there is nothing compared to what SpaceX is.
I know. But I feel like Elon was just like, look what I got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the kid with the new bicycle.
Yeah.
Like, look what I got.
Because what Jeff Bezos bought was what? One of the news outlets or some shit like that? What is it? The Washington Post or some shit?
Yeah.
He bought I think it was like last year or something like that, or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Trill, do you know why this is such a huge thing?
What, this?
Yeah.
Is it mostly because like there's been like some shady shit going on behind the scenes or something like that, and he's just coming in to wipe everything out on Twitter?
Essentially. So the reason why that it's such a big deal for a lot of people, because we all know that these platforms and technology is the future. Like this, there's no denying it. There's no going back to the old ways of telling news, sharing information. This is it. Twitter, as much as I can't stand Twitter, I still don't. I think it's a cesspool of just negativity. And it's like 50% negativity and then 50% of some dank ass fucking memes that people create that I could sit there and laugh all day and just, go, just I'm crying at the end of the night.
They're quick on Twitter, bro. They're quick.
Oh, they're good. Oh, bro, the response time of these meme gods are crazy.
Seconds.
Yeah. Dude.
Within seconds, something happens. There's already a meme on Twitter.
You already know someone's already blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
bro, it's wild.
So
it's crazy.
The reason why this is such a big thing, and I'm trying to like get people to understand this, and it's a battle between freedom of speech and censorship. And Twitter has been known to censor a lot, not only like sentences or tweets itself, but they also censor people, and they ban and shadow ban people, and they suppress people's voices. Now, a lot of people, why people thought it was like going to be World War III for them, is because they think that people are going to just open the door of racist comments, then naming people, attacking them, bullying them, all this stuff. And also Twitter also goes above the law with its platform, and people can say it's a private company and they can do whatever they want. But when you have a big platform like that, dude, with billions of people on it, you're acting like the world police of suppressing people's voices. And I think that's why Elon is so adamant about taking over this company, because he's trying to protect freedom of speech, to give people the voices, like conservatives, like liberals. Everybody can say what they have to say. And also, if you say something disrespectful or in a violent manner, attacking someone, bullying them, on both sides, you guys should be held to the same standard than everyone else. It should be equal across the board. But Twitter yet every single time has been caught to have a liberal bias, and I think it's about time. And I honestly believe, and this is going to be a bold statement from me, guys. So grab your chairs. Elon Musk is the equivalent of Bruce Wayne.
I would say so. I called it when what was it? They had that auto show in Texas, I think, like last month or something like that. Someone made like a whole meme of him coming into his entrance and whatnot. And they were like, "Yo, my man is literally the modern day Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne,
100%.
Yeah.
the way he is."
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he technically is. Like, it's crazy to think about it. Like, you see him in all these interviews and all these different videos and things he does. My man is just like Bruce Wayne. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And make no mistake, he is trying to put things in people's brains. But when we get to that point, then I'll hate him. But right now, he is he's fighting the battle. And I saw a great comment on Twitter about, hey, you can take the $44 billion and put that to so many things. Why would you want to buy Twitter? Essentially, it was like, you can help homeless people, you can help out veterans. It's like, you think that this person who wants to spend his money however way he wants to spend it needs to spend it on other people? Don't we have people in government for that?
We
So
do.
you're going to blame
But-
Elon Musk for spending $44 billion. But you're not going to blame the Biden administration for sending $33 billion to Ukraine.
Mhm.
What are we
Yeah.
doing here, people?
That's what I'm saying.
That's his money. He earned that money. That's what he made on
Preach.
his own. Making first of all, this man revolutionized
Go in,
the car
Bodega, go in.
industry, right? This man revolutionized the car industry and made electric vehicles and got it down to the price that a common man could afford it. $35,000 for an entry-level electric vehicle, right? By 2030, all vehicles are going to be electric. This man is worried about the environment. He's worried about not only the upper class, but the lower class man as well. So they want to talk about his contributions. Like, are you serious? Did you not realize what he did to the car industry? He destroyed them. Now they're all trying to catch up and say, oh, we want EV vehicles. Let's make an electric Hyundai, electric Toyota, electric Ford. No, you're lost. Elon revolutionized it and built the future that everyone can get attached to and can afford. On top of that, saving our environment. Yes, his batteries are toxic. We all know that. But the amount of waste a Tesla vehicle creates versus how much a standard vehicle creates is totally different.
Mhm.
Gas emissions versus lithium batteries, two totally different sides. Gas emissions have been polluting this earth way longer than Elon Musk's batteries, right?
Mhm.
Now, SpaceX, the man is trying to revolutionize the way we go and hit the moon. How are you going to hate and say, oh, he's not doing anything for us, he should take his money elsewhere? No, he shouldn't. Because everything he's doing, even though he's the pioneer of it and he's doing it first, he still has the little guy in mind. He's not creating SpaceX for his own personal gain. He's creating SpaceX to create somehow a sustainable living, whether it's going to be $1 million homes or $100 homes on the moon. So for those idiots out there that are saying that Elon Musk isn't helping, our cause or the common man, they just have their head up their ass, because honestly, this man is doing things that people just don't see. Like, he's honestly turning us into Futurama, the cartoon. He's literally creating that futuristic world for us while still keeping in the little guy in mind.
Also, too, he's like revolutionizing the public transportation too. Like, he's starting off in LA, like trying to set up now, I guess, these bus type vans or whatever that are self-driving over in LA. And then also too, I don't know if he's still working on the project, but for that train type transportation that's underground or whatever, I think he's still working on that. But yeah, man, like,
He's a smart guy, man. He is a smart guy. He is very. He takes what sounds like batshit crazy and he makes it happen.
Yep.
Like, just
Yeah.
imagine there's just one of these videos that you see on TikTok and you see on like Instagram, and it's one of my favorite videos. It's him getting emotional about past astronauts that went to the moon all those years ago. The original Neil Armstrong and um, I forgot the other ones, but they went before Congress and they were trying to say, this is a terrible idea, SpaceX, you know. And he looked
Mhm.
up to these guys growing up, and he was like, you know, crying because he was just like, you know, they didn't have good words to say about SpaceX. How do you feel about that? And he was like, oh, it hurts. And like he used that as motivation to keep going, to be like,
Mhm.
you know what, this sounds crazy, but I'm not gonna stop because these guys, I'm gonna prove people wrong. And sure enough, he fucking did, bro. How crazy that you can reuse the same fucking booster to send people up into space. Like, that is wild to me. They sent 4 normal citizens up to space with no issues. I mean, you're telling me like he is revolutionizing space again. We are the forefront. He is under the banner of the United States of America. Why are we not backing him? Why? Why are we bashing this guy? He's buying Twitter to fucking because he understands freedom of speech. He is the core value of American values.
Mhm.
Why are we not backing this guy? Why are we fighting each other? Because people want authority. They want to be woke. They want to gaslight everything. And then they want to sweep you under the fucking legs and then show you who they really are. And they're not understanding that. They're not understanding that, you know, not trying to put this guy up in a pedestal like he's like some god, but I do respect what he's doing. He's fighting in the front lines saying, hey guys, if we don't stop this now, it's going to get way worse.
Right.
And I love how people like try to use the scapegoat or like the excuse saying like, "Oh, why are we letting like this non-American dude buy like a company this and that, blah blah blah." But I'm like,
He's an immigrant.
I'm like, yo, like, what was this country based off of? You know,
Yeah.
like back in the day, like we had immigrants that came in through Ellis Island and created all these businesses and like everything in New York, and that is what America is. Like, it's based off of people coming here to have like a better living and stuff.
And
You know,
create opportunities for themselves.
and that's it. Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Because he's not born here, like he can't do any of this stuff. Like,
No,
that's kind of
because he's
crazy.
the richest man. He's got so much billions of dollars that he's worked for. He was, what did he, co-founded PayPal, made a shit
Mm-hmm.
ton of money selling PayPal. And then he was just sitting there like, hey, I just want to make electric cars and shoot shit up into space. And he did it. And the government gave him a contract and they subsidized his company. And now he's under NASA. I mean, if you can't, like, and he's proven people wrong. And the best part too is there's no bureaucracy. And this is another thing too, is like with SpaceX and Tesla and Twitter as well. I mean, Twitter's not really on the government, but they work hand in hand with the government. But this is a private company. There's no bureaucracy. You know, look
Yeah.
at SpaceX. It's basically Elon's like, make it work. I pay
Mhm.
you to make it work. And there was
Yeah.
one quote that he said, and I love it. He said, if you're in a meeting and you have nothing to, if you have nothing to bring to the table
Yep.
or what we're talking about, you can just get up and leave.
Yep.
And the person was
Mhm.
like, but isn't that rude? He goes, it's rude for you to stay.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
completely agree with that.
Yep.
You use
I
your
agree with
time
it too.
accordingly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's rude for you to stay and pretend like you know what's going on and just sit there dumbfounded.
Yeah. I feel like you're just wasting the time and whatnot.
Yep.
But also too, they talked about he really wanted to go into Twitter and what you call it, put a spotlight on the coding or the algorithm of Twitter
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because there was something fishy going on with that, and that it was being like super biased towards like certain tweets, and it would like just automatically like ban someone for like something small or whatever. Like, it was just crazy, like, just to even think about that, like that Twitter made some coding like that within the system and shit like that. So like, that's kind of crazy, but I applaud the man going in there just to wipe it all out and bring it back up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. Shit, I do not.
All right. So this is I got to. All right, yeah, this is came out a couple of days ago, and this is the from MIT Technology Review. technologyreview.com, and it says the problems with Elon Musk's plan to open source the Twitter algorithm. It could introduce new security risks while doing little to boost transparency. Just hours after blah blah blah, Musk outlined the sweeping changes he intended to make, including opening up the algorithms that determine what users see in their feed. Musk's ambition to open source Twitter's algorithm is driven by his longstanding concern about potential political censorship on the platform, but it's unlikely that doing so will have the effect he desires. Instead, it may bring a number of unexpected problems, experts warn. Musk might have a strong aversion to authority, but his desire for algorithmic transparency happens to chime with the wishes of politicians around the world. The idea has been a cornerstone of multiple governments' attempts to fight back against big tech in recent years. So, like you said, there is something. Hey, we can agree there's something fishy going on in Twitter.
Mhm.
You know, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, I don't use it, but I just hear from all the users. There's some weird shit that happens on there of who gets banned, who can keep their accounts and say the same things, and just nothing happens to them. That's not equal. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is all about fairness. At the end of the day, freedom of speech is fairness. It's
Yep.
like I
Right.
said, calling for violence, calling for hate, racism, sexism, genderism. Like, I get that. I completely do. And but when you have my real issue about everything that's happening with censorship, especially on platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok, it's like, how are you guys banning people during the pandemic talking about certain drugs and having that conversation when nobody knew what was going on, but the government, the CDC, is saying no, we know everything, but at the same time they don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're talking about saving lives, saving thousands if not millions of lives, why are we not listening to all different type of solutions and figuring it out from there? Like, that was the whole issue. Am I wrong on that? Like, do you guys disagree with that?
No.
Mm-hmm. No.
Like,
Not
there
at
was
all.
no open discussion. There wasn't like, hey man, we're losing a lot of people. This
Mhm.
virus is real. Let's
Mhm.
sit at the table and let's discuss what's the different options we could run through to see what works and what doesn't work. Why
Mhm.
weren't they doing that? They didn't do that. They shunned whoever was like, all those drugs I'm not going to mention because I don't even know if it still exists on YouTube. I don't want to get shut down. I don't want to get targeted. But there were certain drugs where you could not say, and they were banned. They even took down a doctor's Senate's hearing about the drug. Like, why are we doing that? And this is the issue. And this is
Mhm.
why he purchased Twitter. Why aren't you letting qualified people with a different opinion and a different view and have their own say in something? Like, that's the bias.
Yep. I don't know. It's just crazy. This shit is just wild.
I'm not trying to rant, but this is why it's so important, this whole issue with him buying Twitter. And then also too, Trill, you use Twitter a lot, and I got a question for you about this.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people with blue check marks that should not have blue check marks.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Means you're
Do you agree or
verified,
disagree?
right?
Yeah.
It's
I would assume
verified?
so. Yeah, something like that. Like it has like some verification and shit on there.
Now,
Yeah, there's some people on there that shouldn't have it. So I'm just like, why is that like that? But
yeah.
I don't
Now,
know.
my other question for you guys is, do you guys think that a lot of the controversies that have been coming out in the last 2 to 3 years have been stemming from Twitter? A lot of ideological controversies.
Come from Twitter?
Yeah, like let's say for instance, let's just talk about like trans women competing in women's sports. Do you think that's a ideology that was forefronted on Twitter, the platform itself?
Yep.
Not just
Yeah.
let me just remove Twitter, but do you think that this is stemming from these social media platforms?
Yes.
Definitely not coming from like the magazines. It's not coming from the news. I mean, this is the newest form of news. I mean, if you have someone who's a blue check mark with thousands, if not millions, of followers, I mean, these ideas they just go like it's like fire. They just like fucking flood through everything.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, I'm asking you
No,
guys.
I definitely agree and whatnot. Like, you have like some of these like verified accounts that are just, I guess, like people think it's like verified stuff, and it could be spewing out like crazy information, this and that. But yeah, I totally agree with like the whole thing, like with Twitter and whatnot, with all that stuff going on. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of that shit stems from like Twitter, because it's pretty much like when you see on the news and they bring up something that someone said, let's say with Donald Trump, they always brought up his tweets
Yep.
on the news and
Always.
whatnot. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just pretty crazy. It's just nuts. So
All right. Well, okay. Well, let's talk about. Let's move on. It's very important to follow up on this, and you know, if you're watching this or listening to this, just type in Elon Musk in Twitter, and you'll find a lot of articles as to why Twitter employees are freaking out and why Elon Musk is causing a frenzy within the industry, within the company itself, and how people are just freaking out because now, um, you know, it's going to be an even playing field. There's not going to be an unbalance now. Now it's not, hey, you shut up if you think different from me. You know, it's not going to be any of that. But he hasn't. I don't think he has bought the company as of yet. I think it's still in limbo right now.
Works.
Yeah, it's still in the works, but let's see what happens. Maybe he just, you know, it becomes a majority shareholder. Or I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Can I present the next segment?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it to you. I'll throw it to you. But let me. This is another very important topic in the past 2 weeks, and I have been thoroughly enjoying this case. And it is the case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
No, you can't say it like that.
Okay, go ahead. I'll throw it to you.
It is the Pirates of the Caribbean and the escape from that sadistic bitch from Atlantis.
oh my god. Or you could say it's Willy Wonka versus the Chocolate Factory.
I think we found our title. I think we found the title for this episode.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's probably going to be so long, but it's definitely worth it.
Atlantis.
Or if you want to say, you could say it's Willy Wonka versus the Chocolate Factory. If you understand what I mean.
Ooh. That is gold. That is. No. What do you mean? You know, if you know what I mean, Trill, explain. What do you mean?
Can y'all put in here right now for me that little segment where Bob Saget just goes, "There's shit
everywhere."
Shit everywhere.
Oh my god. He's shit everywhere. There's shit everywhere! Damn it! There's shit on the windows! Oh my god! My house is full of shit! He's shit everywhere! Look what he did! He shit all over the wall!
When can you do it?
How about tonight at 8?
Great. Thanks. Thank you, Lloyd. I gotta go upstairs.
Yeah, so with the Chocolate Factory.
Explain why you said that. Wait, first let's explain the case itself. Anybody want to say it?
I'll start off.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't aware and you were living under a rock, or if you're living under the sea of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, aka Captain Jack Sparrow, has been married to Amber Heard, aka Mira from Aquaman. Right? They've been married for numerous amounts of years, and there has been some turmoil in their relationship that has actually caused Johnny Depp to actually lose certain career opportunities because of an article that Amber Heard put out in the Washington Post about her husband, Johnny Depp, at the time. And because of that, now he is suing her for the claims that she made and put out there on the news, probably on Twitter. And the court case has been going on for 2 weeks, and it is great.
Yeah, I've been following up on it. I've been watching like the court cases live and shit. And like, bro, shit is crazy. It's like pure gold every time they're doing the court case and whatnot. Especially like, what was it, the one day when they were bringing up the transcript of like the text messages and shit like that. I was like, bro, I'm fucking dying. And then the way Johnny responds to the guy, the lawyer that's asking him all these questions, like the one he was like, "Yeah, you said that right. I believe you said that right." To the lawyer and shit when he was
Yeah.
reading it. I was like, bro, I was fucking dying.
Yeah, he's being sassy because there
Yeah.
are it is a very entertaining case because Amber has no case. Like
No.
her lawyers know, like, obviously they're taking the case, it's their client and they have to defend their client and they have to try to figure out ways. But even the I love the fact on how Johnny and his team, you'll see on certain things they'll start laughing because what they're asking is completely fucking nuts. Like they were examining, they were talking, Amber Heard's team, her lawyer is questioning the psychologist that ran the test on Amber Heard, saying that she has a personality disorder and that she's, angry sometimes, whatever the case. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I don't know the specifics of what she was saying, but they were trying to get her to say that her husband knew that she was taking, that the psychologist was doing the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case, and that she knew that she was talking to her husband about the case because he bought muffins one morning for Amber Heard. And the psychologist was like, I run late almost every day, and I called my husband to buy muffins to bring to to bring to work, and we had a famous clientele, didn't tell the names, but like, why are we asking about fucking muffins? She was sitting there like, no, let me she basically was like, let me tell the muffin story so I could put some context about what's going on here. Like, what are they doing? Like, there's no case. They're just trying to attack everything. They're trying to figure
Yeah.
out a
So-
fucking little space that they can attack.
Yeah.
A little bit of flash news. Did you know she fired her PR team today? Officially?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she did?
Yep. She
Oh,
officially
shit.
fired them today, her PR team.
Amber.
Oh.
Amber
What
Heard.
was the I'm sorry, but like there was one was like, you consider yourself bigger than Miss Heard, right? Not what did he say? He was like, no, not really. She got so. Did you ever see that clip?
Yes,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
talking about the physicality because he's a man.
Yeah.
They were saying that physically, Johnny Depp, they were trying to get him to say that he's physically bigger than her. And then Johnny Depp's like, well, if you measure our height and our weight, technically Amber's bigger than me.
Yeah.
So, in what
But
sense
essentially,
are
he
you
was like,
talking?
no, not really.
Yeah.
They asked like, do you consider yourself physically bigger than Amber Heard?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, not
Yeah.
really, bro. She was. Let's talk about her face. Have you guys seen that? Like
Yeah.
her facial expressions in the court of
Mhm.
how she's like, she looks like she's annoyed, she's like hurt,
Yeah.
but there are certain times where she wants to rage the fuck out. She wants to like slap her lawyers in the face.
Yeah. There was like a video I was watching on YouTube. There was a guy who's, I guess, like a lawyer or something like that, and he was like breaking down the whole like vibe and like facial expressions of like Amber and like her responses to some of the questions. And the guy was like, "Yo, she's straight up fucked up. Like the way she responds, it's just like she doesn't care." Which means if you don't care, that means you're really not the victim or whatever. You're just
Right.
whatever. You're the victimizer and shit like that. And the guy was just breaking it down. He was just laughing. He was like, this girl's a joke. Like, she's literally digging herself in a hole. And if she really was a victim of all this, she wouldn't like not have like this non-caring body language throughout the whole trial and all throughout the thing and whatnot. So it was just mad funny. I was just like, bro,
So
she lost.
let's break down the things that were said in this courtroom of what Amber Heard did to her husband Johnny Depp at the time of marriage. And the most infamous one is Amber Heard taking a poop and pee in the bed that they slept in.
Yes.
So Amber allegedly tried to tell Johnny that that was the dog's poop. And this man in court literally sat there and described this fecal matter in detail to be not that of an animal or a dog, but to be a human poop. Where did this mystical poo come from, Amber? You're the only two people in the house.
She's crazy. Oh,
She's wild, bro.
She's a wild girl.
Bro,
She is a wild girl.
She shit the bed. Plain and simple, she shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I urge people to watch when the psychologist who ran the test on Amber Heard, just as you're watching it and she's going through her issues from a medical standpoint, from evaluation, you can tell that Amber is very uncomfortable. She did not look up. She was taking notes the whole entire time. I mean, in reality, though, I think that that is an uncomfortable situation, though, too, is that someone is speaking based on your character and your personality and your toxic traits in front of millions of people, because obviously it's, in front of a courtroom and on TV and on YouTube and stuff. So, like, to be evaluated like that in public, I think it would make anybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you can tell that Amber was like not uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable, but she was also very mad. You can tell she wanted to rage. She wanted to fucking freak out.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see that in like some of the videos and shit like that, just by her body language in her face.
Yeah.
Before I get to the next thing she did after the poop, I just want to point out, and we'll get back to this at the end. This is literally the story of the boy who cried wolf. The boy cries wolf. No one believes him. Now that the truth is coming out, everyone is believing him. So just keep that in mind. We'll come back to that at the end.
Well, this is why it's a very important case.
Yeah.
It's because that we're not taking away from people who are in a domestic violent relationship. There are people who do suffer from violence, whether that be emotional abuse, physical abuse. But when you do that, when you claim and allege that someone is doing those things, and meanwhile they're not, that is doing a huge disservice for the people who are going through it, because now they feel like they can't, come out and be like, well, I'm in a abusive relationship. They don't want to come forward because now she's going to make women who suffer from violence come forward, and she's going to ruin that, because the courts for many years have always been on the side of a female. Once a female accuses a male of doing something like physical abuse or emotional abuse, they always side with the females. And I think this will turn, if she loses and Johnny wins, I think it's gonna open the eyes of many people. Like, okay, we need to consider these allegations, because he lost a lot of shit because of this.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change law. It's literally gonna change the law.
Well, also too, let me just say, I want to say something right now that a lot of people are not saying, because a lot of people are siding with Johnny Depp. He's also batshit crazy.
Yes.
Okay, make no mistake. Like, Amber's crazy, but Johnny Depp is also a fucking madman.
Yes.
He is a cokehead, alcoholic, who has emotional issues. Let's look at his situation. The guy's been famous for how long?
Yep.
And we're not talking about just regular like, how there's an A-lister? He's beyond A-lister. He's is just like, everybody knows who Johnny Depp is.
Yeah.
He can't go anywhere and not get recognized. So he's people haven't been treating him as a human for years.
Right.
So he's also has some psychological issues as well. But do I believe that he beat her and he slapped her around? Absolutely not. And it's because at the end of the day, he did say, he was like, I want my kids to know that, their father was not like what they portray me to be in that article. And for him to do that and step up and be like, I lost everything, but I'm not keeping shut because it's a character defamation case.
Right.
He is protecting his fucking character.
Right.
And I agree with him. I feel like if you're being accused of something, and just like cancel culture, and she did it in peak cancel culture and peak Me Too movement, and thinking that everybody's going to side with her.
Yep.
Listen, you attack someone's character. You know how lawyers are like, don't say anything, don't do anything, let it blow over. No, if you're innocent and you know the fucking truth and you're innocent, you fight for your character.
Mm-hmm.
You do not let people fucking ruin your name. I've always been a big believer of that. And who's been doing that recently? Dave Portnoy.
Yep.
Who else? There's a bunch of other people that had just been like fighting back against all this cancel culture and Me Too shit.
But also too, like, not like Johnny's been dealing with this for many, many years, even like when he was younger, because he was abused by I think, what was it, his parents, or I think the mother or father or something like that.
Yep.
So he's grown up in that environment and stuff like that, being abused by family members growing up, and pretty much like that's probably what led him down the route of doing drugs and whatnot, because it's pretty much just helping him, I guess, coping with the pain and all that. And it sucks that he went down that route to take drugs and all that just to numb that pain and all that, and then now dealing with someone that you love doing the same shit to you when you were younger and whatnot. So it's just like just re-bringing it all up. So it's just like, dude can't catch a break. Really can't.
Essentially.
So I'm glad you mentioned the whole hitting thing, because this was a huge break in the case that people who were watching it were literally sitting in their seats like, are you serious? Did you just say that? So Johnny Depp is giving his dissertation of two separate occasions. The first one was that Johnny was feeling low, so he went naturally to the bottle, right? So he was sober for quite some time, and this was the first time he ever picked up a bottle. I believe it was vodka or whatever. And Johnny was just poured himself a glass, broke his soberness, and was having a drink. Amber comes into the room, and she throws the bottle at him and cuts his finger, right? And they got into a little scuffle about it. During that dissertation, she does not once deny what she did. She completely admits it. Like in the whole scene, of the court case that you can watch it online, she doesn't deny it. She's just like, I did not chuck or throw the bottle at you. I tried to hand it to you. Well, how did his finger get cut, Miss Heard? Clearly, you threw it at him and it broke, right?
Yeah.
My other favorite part was that they were describing another situation, and Johnny was like, well, we were having an argument, and then you started punching me. Amber interrupts, and this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard someone say. Amber did not deny hitting Johnny Depp. She literally said that she physically assaulted him. And her exact words was because she was not okay with Johnny using the words punch. She said, I fucking was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. Those are her exact words that she said. And then Johnny was just like looking around the room like he wasn't expecting her to admit it. Like this is a defamation trial. He wasn't expecting her to admit it. She was like, okay. Johnny was just like, well, I wasn't sure. You can claim what motion your hands were in. Then you could say that it wasn't punches, but I remember it as being punches. And she just interrupted him again. She was just like, I didn't punch you. I hit you. Open fist, closed fist, open hand, whatever. You hit the man and you just admitted to it.
Yeah.
That's what got me. That's what got me. I'm like,
the case should be over there. The case should be just done there. It's like, all right, you lied.
She didn't deny it. She didn't deny that she hit the man. She just wanted to clarify whether it was a punch with a closed fist or an open hand. But she said, I was hitting you. I didn't punch you. I was
I was
hitting
hitting
you.
you. Bro.
What? You can't make this up.
No,
It's on the
it
internet.
really is
Yeah.
entertaining. Like just like the same way Amber Heard's lawyer objected to his own question.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, everybody in the courtroom started laughing. The judge was like, "It's your question." He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor." Like, how do you object your own question? Like, this is crazy. This is madness. And then another one, they accused they were interviewing one of his bodyguards, and I'm assuming he's Irish or Scottish. Don't hate me. I don't know the accent very well. It could be the two. Something Connolly, Murphy Collin, something Murphy something. And they asked him. So at this point, Mr. Depp was peeing in the hallway, and Johnny Depp, like you see the camera on him, he's just like, and then the guy was like, no, like the witness was like, he literally flat out was like, no, but like in a funny way, and then he just starts dying laughing because it's like, what are we talking about here? What are you guys trying to fish for? Like, what route are you taking? It's just nuts.
Oh my god.
It's nuts with all these questions that they're asking.
Bro, I
They
die
even
laughing.
questioned the guy who worked in one of his penthouses.
Oh yeah. They
You
were
saw that
questioning
one?
him. Yeah.
The guy who was vaping in the car, no fucks given.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Bro,
He was like he was more worried about somebody she was with. Her dog was loose
yeah.
or whatever, and then I guess they were so high that they thought somebody was breaking into the apartment, or they were breaking into the penthouse or wherever they were staying, and they saw scratches beneath the knob, like it was 4 feet from the floor. They thought someone was trying to break in, and the guy was like, no, it was the dog trying to get back inside the house. And Johnny Depp was laughing because he probably knew that they were fucked up and they thought that somebody was trying to break in. But meanwhile, it was the dog trying to get in because it was lost.
Bro.
You can't make this up, man. It's good. It's golden.
The questions they ask in this court case, bro, it's just
Tell me how Johnny Depp is still entertaining us.
Oh, it's great.
yeah. Not even
It's
doing a
great.
movie or anything like that. Just in the court case. He's
Just in the
still
court case,
entertaining
just-
us.
Being himself.
Man's in the
What was
court
it?
case.
But here's
like
the thing, though.
fucking-
Do you, I just don't agree with that. How she still has her deal with Disney,
Oh, they're trying to get her.
You
not
mean
Disney.
Warner
I'm
Brothers?
sorry, with Warner Brothers.
There's actually a 2 million signature petition to get her off the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope Warner Brothers fucking just cleans house or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially too because like now, what is it? Warner Brothers was sold recently, so AT&T doesn't own them anymore. So now Discovery owns Warner Brothers, and I guess now
They
they're
might
trying
cop
to.
out.
I don't know, but I have a feeling like Discovery just wants to wipe out everything and just do everything new and whatnot.
Mhm.
And this could be their way of doing it, getting rid of her, and then also to this other crazy lunatic Ezra Miller
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
Mr.
So,
Oh
Johnson
yeah, what
Collins
happened, bro?
himself.
I've been seeing some crazy shit with this guy.
Bro,
oh my
he got
man,
in
bro,
trouble.
my man in Hawaii or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
for those who don't know who Ezra Miller is, right? Ezra Miller is his
Mhm.
name.
He's the movie
He
Flash.
plays the Flash in DC in the DC films, and he also has a film
Movie
coming out.
Flash.
And he has been so Trill, you can explain the story of what's going on with the Flash.
Nah, so I know the Flash movie got delayed till next year or something like that. And I was trying to figure out why, what the hell was going on. Then you have this news breakout, him in Hawaii, at a resort, and I guess it was during like a karaoke night or some shit at the thing, and something happened, and this dude was just talking back to like some hotel like visitors and shit like that, and the dude literally picks up a chair and throws it at him. And
What?
this is like the second time within a matter of months or some incident with this dude being crazy and just fucking going nuts and batshit crazy. And now
It's like Sifu City and City Island.
yeah. So like people are wondering now, like, so what's gonna happen now with like the whole DC shit? Like, are they gonna have to can the whole Flash movie now at this point with this guy? And then you have that whole Amber Heard shit going on, and she's part of Aquaman 2. And I think that movie got pushed back or something like that. They changed the release date on that one too. So like, yo, if I was Discovery, I'll be like, you know what? We're hitting the reset button. Fucking wipe everything out and let's just start brand new. And that's what essentially they want to do. They want to find a Kevin Feige type figure to run the whole DC movie division, so they could get that all like sorted out and have like their own little movie universe and stuff. So I don't know, if I was them, I would just hit the reset button, just say fuck it, scrap
They're
everything,
having a
and
rough
just start.
time. DC's having a rough time. They
Yeah.
can't catch a break.
They can't. This shit is wild, bro.
It's nuts.
I'm like, yo, you might as well just scrap everything. Start off from, I guess, like this Batman movie, because it's gotten some good reviews and stuff like that. And they already greenlit the second one. So just go based off of that and build off the universe off of that stuff and whatnot. So I don't know. It's just crazy.
So,
Yeah,
do you guys think that Johnny Depp is going to win this case?
Yes.
I think so. Absolutely.
Okay, so
think
yes
so.
for that. Now,
Yeah.
here's the
the
question.
evidence is just refutable. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now here's the
especially since
question
she's
though.
admitting it.
Do you think she's going to pay a heavy fine, or do you think she's going to do some jail time?
Heavy fine,
Yeah, I think she's gonna do heavy fine.
and she's never going to be able to work in Hollywood again.
Do you
People are-
do you think that she should do time?
Trying to think. I don't know.
Depends
'Cause-
on which violent outbursts they're gonna charge her with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What evidence of which outbursts? Like, because the whole bottle thing, she threw the liquor bottle and like at him, but it hit the marble counter, and that's how his finger got cut. Because when it hit the counter, it exploded and cut his, like, she threw it at his hand and it exploded and cut his hand, right? That's that's not intentional, but it is intentional because she did throw it at him. But some of the other things, she may do time.
I think. Tro, do you think she's going to do time?
I don't know. I'm thinking like based off of like what they're gonna put the charges on with whatever incident happened between them two and whatnot. So I don't know. I would say like she should do some time, just for the fact that like it's been super violent between the two of them, and it's mostly her inflicting all the violence towards him and shit. So I don't know what happens normally in those type of cases, like in domestic violence. Is like the violent person, do they normally do time in jail and whatnot?
I would say, especially if she threw something and cut his finger.
Yeah. So me,
That would be-
honestly, if I was like a part of like the jury or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, she's gonna
Not
have to do
only
some
that,
tail.
is also accusing him of hitting her.
That too, lying and shit. So
That should be
because
like people have ruined people's futures for lying about being hit or being abused when they weren't, and
Yeah.
that ruins a person's livelihood, and their character. So if you
And-
want to teach people a lesson, I really firmly believe that she needs to do some time. I'm not talking about heavy time, but she needs to do something so that the world can see that when you make an accusation like that about someone, male or female, if you're lying about the situation and the allegation, you should go to jail.
and especially making a whole spectacle about the whole thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like,
Writing a whole article about it. She has a really good friend that's like she's huge on Twitter. She's got a big voice on Twitter.
yeah.
She got banned from the courthouse. They kicked her out of the courthouse because she was tweeting from inside the courthouse. So it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You
So
know?
yeah, I think she deserves some time in jail and whatnot, and just basically display, like you said, to show like the world, like, yo, if you're doing this and that, lying, accusing someone of hitting you while you're hitting them, like, I think you should do some jail time. Not a lot of jail time, but at least something.
Something.
It's consequences to your actions, So I think she should do some jail time after this.
But Johnny had a very great line. So Amber had said to him, "Why are you trying to justify who throws things based on whether or not you come knocking on the door? I don't get why one informs the other." That was in reference to Johnny getting pots, pans, and vases thrown at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny's response, because that is a fucking irrational and violent fucking maneuver. So a man who would want to get out of that area so that he doesn't get so fucking angry that he actually does pop the fucking wife. And then he said, "You're just afraid that the truth will come out."
Hey, the truth shall set you free.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been a victim of domestic violence from a woman, and I understand exactly what Johnny just said and how he feels. When I've been a victim of it, you walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know in life
You're
you're
wrong.
not going to win.
You're
You're
wrong.
not going to win. You just walk away.
Mhm.
Take the hit, take the pot thrown at you, take the bottle thrown at you, whatever the fuck it is. No matter how, unless it doesn't kill you, you walk away. Because
Yep.
in life, number one, a man never hits a woman, and Johnny understands that entirely by this case. And number two, you're not going to win, buddy. He understood that entirely in that sentence, what he just said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what scares me the most? Not scares me. Yeah, kind of scares me. Is how if you are in a relationship and you're a female, male, my advice to you all, and this is very serious, watch what you say through text.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the things that you send through text. You know, if you're fighting, this will all be brought up in court. And that, in this case, is a perfect example of how everything will come to light. A lot of things will come out. You would see the person's true personality, whether we saw that with Johnny or Amber. You know, whatever you say in platforms, they will have access to it, and the lawyers will manipulate your words through text because it's always out of context. You don't know how how it was said, but it will look bad in court.
Yep.
So when you feel like you're angry while you're texting, and you're fighting over text, be careful what you say, because at the end of the day, you will be accused of something and you can go to court for it and it will be brought up. So that's my advice to both genders. It doesn't matter who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful. It's not worth it. Also just talk civilly. You know,
so.
but a lot of people have short tempers and they you know, freak out time to time. I do it. I'm not perfect. I lash out. But, you know, there's no excuse to hit someone, period.
Yeah.
And as you said that, I want to really read another thing from the case. Amber Heard, I didn't punch you. I didn't punch you, by the way. Johnny Depp, you punched me. Amber Heard, I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched. Johnny Depp, don't tell me what it feels like to be punched. Amber Heard, I know you've been in a lot of fights, been around a long time. I know, yeah. Johnny Depp, no. When you have a fucking closed fist. Amber Heard, you didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you. Johnny Depp, you can't deck me.
Oh my god.
I love this guy. I love him. I love him.
Oh my
And,
god.
you know, and then Amber Heard says, I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
Yeah, so like you read that stuff and it's just like that is just batshit crazy. Like what defines hitting? You know, what defines a hit or a closed fist,
Yeah.
open palm? Is still violence. You're still hitting someone, you know what I mean? But like it'll be brought up in case, and look at that. That is now for the world to see.
It's on
Yep.
record.
Multiple
evidence.
people will see that now. You know what I mean? So it's like, is it really at the end of the day, people? It's not worth it.
It's not.
Talk, use your words.
Words.
Do not hit people. Violence is the last resort, and especially males. Males, don't ever feel the need to punch a woman because you just should never do that.
You're
Period.
not gonna win. Ever.
Period.
Nope.
It's not even winning. Real men do not hit women. They
Facts.
don't.
Mhm.
They don't. I'm
Mhm.
very adamant about that. You walk away. Walk
Yep.
away. Have a
Yep.
discussion. And if you can't talk to them, then I advise you to really reconsider being with that person because then they
Yep.
don't deserve to be with you.
Nope.
You will go to jail. You will. If there's any marks on them, you will go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about younger kids as well. Like mothers are now teaching their young sons that, always never hit a woman. But at the same time, it's like there are women out there that will instigate fights with men, and they know that if they instigate the fight and a male even remotely pushes her away or do something, they will make it seem as if they were being abusive. And
Mm-hmm.
the court's always going to side with the female. And there are males who beat the shit out of fucking females.
Yeah.
And those guys should be locked up and go to jail.
War
100%.
Machine-
There's no
War
excuse
Machine
for
and
that.
Christy Mack. Remember
Yeah.
War
That's
Machine
what-
and
yeah.
Christy Mack?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That guy's not a
Yes.
fucking man, bro. He should have got fucking. Let me not say it because I'll get banned off of YouTube. But like, yeah, no. In all honesty, man, it's like this is why it's very important cases. This is that conversation that we're all having right now about
Yeah.
this. Is that all these things will come to light, and men, especially young men, older men, whatever, because everybody has an issue in their relationships. It's not fucking worth it. It really isn't.
It's not.
It really isn't.
To prove your point of what you just said about not hitting women, Amber Heard. That's the difference between me and you. You're a fucking baby. Johnny Depp, because you start physical fights, Amber Heard. You're such a baby. Grow the fuck up, Johnny. Johnny Depp, because you start physical fights, Amber Heard. I did start a physical fight. Johnny Depp. Yeah, you did. So I had to get the fuck out of there.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's simple.
That's it.
And
It's
now
that
look,
simple.
and check this out, Bodega. You have the transcripts
I'm reading
from
it.
the actual
Word for
evidence
word.
in court,
Yeah.
right? So now when that's presented to a jury, to both parties and the judge, that is clear as day of him saying, I didn't do shit and I
Yeah.
fucking got out of there.
I left. I got the fuck out of there.
That is what a man does. That's what a higher person does. Like I
Yep.
said, it doesn't have to be a male or female. The
Mhm.
higher person will get the fuck out of there
Yeah.
and leave the person. That's it.
I think also too they played like some audio transcript of like one of their fights. I don't know if it was with that transcript, but you hear them like there was like a fight going on, this and that, and you hear Amber sounding a little bit more vicious and violent, and my dude literally you could hear him. He's like he's out. Like you could hear him like just turn around and just like start running because you hear him running, and you hear in his voice like he's like running away from like the situation and shit. And he's like saying like I'm out or something like that, and you hear him just like running away from her and stuff. So it could be for pertaining to that too and whatnot. But like my man did the right thing. He booked it. He ran out and whatnot. So he did
The right thing to do. It's the right
Did
thing
the
to
right
do.
thing.
That's for
So-
everybody, man. You know, this case is the perfect example of like you should not be involved in a toxic environment like that, and you should never resolve to fighting, period, or laying a
not
hand
worth
on
it.
someone. It's not worth it. You will go to jail and you will have to pay heavy fines.
Yeah.
It's just at the end of the day, walk away. Look at Johnny. You know, I'm not saying he's perfect because by any means he's not perfect. Everybody's got their own issues. But when it's clear as day, like you just run, get out of there. But
You know what I want the outcome to be out of all this? I want justice
new
for Johnny Depp.
Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
I want justice for Johnny Depp, and I want a public apology from Disney and a new Pirates movie.
Nah, he said he's never doing it.
If Disney at least comes out with that public apology, I'll be happy.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I believe what I really want is the same as you, but I want more.
Oh yeah,
I want
yeah. No,
reparations
more.
for him from Disney.
Right.
That
Yeah.
they jumped to a conclusion without a court case,
They killed
and
the
they
franchise.
blamed and they
Yeah.
accused him of something, and they sided with her, and they fucking fired him from all the films. He needs reparations for all those films that he was planning to do with Disney.
Yep.
Pay him his quote.
That and Warner Brothers for booting
I
him
was
off
about
of
to say.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yep.
He was kicked off Fantastic Beasts, right?
The last one that's coming out right now. They got some other actor to do it.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, this is a great conversation. You guys want to end it here?
Yeah, I think so. I trying to think of anything else that happened in the past 2 weeks. I don't know. Those were pretty much like the big ass
Those
fucking
are the
things
only
that are going
I saw.
on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
All
the
right,
big
well,
shit.
By the way, Johnny Depp still got paid for Fantastic Beasts, even though he wasn't
He didn't film.
Yeah, because they removed him from it. They still
Wow.
paid him his money for it, but
Oh,
still,
because he did show up to work. They probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
he shot one scene, but to be honest, I loved him in that movie. He felt like a real bad guy. I'm afraid for the new one coming out because I'm like, it's not him. Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying like it's not going to be the same and
He
whatnot.
doesn't even.
So
They didn't even try to make them look the same. That's the other thing that pissed me off. Like Johnny Depp had the weird eye in the movie, and he had the blonde, whitish hair. The new guy that plays him, they didn't even do any of that.
Yeah.
it doesn't
it's
have
weird.
any of that.
Like,
So I don't know.
All right. Well, justice for Johnny.
Yes,
yes.
sir.
This is an important case. Also, Twitter, look it up. Very important. These are very important moments in time right now to follow up on. Plus, also the Johnny Depp case is very entertaining as hell. If you want to get some good laughs,
Oh,
check
yeah.
out some of the highlights on YouTube.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, I mean, you'll definitely laugh on a couple of them. They're pretty funny.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Last Slice podcast. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. Then you can go head over to our Instagram at The Last Slice Show. Follow us there. We put up some highlights. And we appreciate everybody who listens to the audio and video. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Later.
Peace out.
En silencio siempre te amaré, siempre te amaré, siempre.